In the shadowy depths of human psychology, there dwell two enigmatic figures, the psychopath and the sociopath. Often confused and conflated, these distinct disorders represent chilling variations on a theme of antisocial behavior. The terms are frequently used interchangeably in popular culture, but they are not the same. Each has unique characteristics that set them apart, making it crucial to understand their differences. While both share a capacity for callous disregard and manipulation, their origins, motivations and expressions diverge in fascinating and often disturbing ways. Psychopaths are often seen as more calculating and strategic, using charm and deceit to achieve their goals. Sociopaths, on the other hand, tend to be more erratic and impulsive, driven by a volatile mix of emotions. This exploration aims to shed light on the differences between psychopathy and sociopathy, peeling back the layers of these complex disorders to reveal the intricate workings within. By examining their psychological profiles, we can gain insights into their behaviors and the potential risks they pose to society. We will delve into their developmental roots, dissect their behavioral patterns, and examine the challenges of treatment. Understanding the early signs and environmental factors that contribute to these disorders can help in developing more effective intervention strategies. Join me as we journey into the heart of darkness, seeking to understand the minds of those who operate outside the boundaries of empathy and remorse. This journey is not just about identifying these individuals, but also about understanding the impact they have on their victims and society at large. Our goal is not to excuse or glorify, but to illuminate and inform, empowering ourselves with knowledge to better navigate a world where such individuals walk among us. By educating ourselves, we can develop better coping mechanisms and support systems for those affected by their actions. This journey will take us from the cold, calculating world of the corporate psychopath, who may climb the ladder of success with ruthless efficiency, to the impulsive, rage-fueled actions of the sociopathic criminal, whose lack of foresight often leads to violent and unpredictable behavior. By understanding these disorders, we can better protect ourselves and foster a society equipped to address the challenges they present. Knowledge is our best defense, and through this exploration we aim to arm ourselves with the tools needed to recognize and respond to these complex and often dangerous individuals. The age-old debate of nature versus nurture rages on within the study of psychopathy and sociopathy. This debate is not just academic. It has real-world implications for understanding human behavior and developing effective interventions. While both disorders likely arise from a complex interplay of genetic predisposition and environmental factors, the balance tips in different directions. The intricate dance between our genes and our experiences shapes who we become, often in ways we are only beginning to understand. Psychopathy, it appears, finds its roots more firmly planted in genetic inheritance. This means that certain individuals may be born with a predisposition towards psychopathic traits, which can be exacerbated or mitigated by their life experiences. Studies suggest that abnormalities in brain structure and function, particularly in areas responsible for empathy, impulse control, and emotional processing, may be hardwired from birth. These brain regions, when functioning atypically, can lead to the characteristic behaviors seen in psychopathy. Imagine a brain lacking the neural pathways to process emotions like guilt or remorse, a chilling thought indeed. This lack of emotional processing can result in a person who's unable to form genuine emotional connections with others. Sociopathy, on the other hand, emerges more prominently from the crucible of a dysfunctional upbringing. Unlike psychopathy, which is more genetically inclined, sociopathy is often the result of environmental factors. Early childhood trauma, neglect, abuse and exposure to violence within the home environment lay the foundation for a worldview warped by instability and insecurity. These traumatic experiences can fundamentally alter the way a child perceives the world and interacts with others. These experiences etch themselves onto the developing psyche, shaping the individual's perception of the world and their place within it. The scars left by such experiences can lead to a lifetime of mistrust and emotional turmoil. Imagine a child raised in a chaotic household where violence and instability reign supreme. In such an environment, the child learns to navigate a world where safety and security are never guaranteed. Survival becomes paramount, and empathy becomes a liability. In order to cope, the child may develop behaviors that are adaptive in the short term, but maladaptive in the long run. This is the breeding ground for sociopathy, where the world is perceived as a hostile place and trust is a dangerous illusion. The individual grows up viewing relationships as transactional and people as potential threats, leading to a life marked by manipulation and deceit. The psychopathic mind, often described as a labyrinth of emotional detachment and calculated manipulation, presents a chilling enigma to those who seek to understand it. These individuals are masters of deception, often hiding their true nature behind a facade of normalcy. They navigate the world with an unnerving ability to mimic human emotion, seamlessly blending into society. Their charm and charisma can be disarming, making it difficult to discern their true intentions. While they can convincingly portray a range of emotions, they remain fundamentally detached from genuine emotional experiences. This detachment is not just a lack of empathy, but a complete inability to connect on an emotional level. Their defining characteristic lies in a profound lack of empathy. They are unable to comprehend or share the emotional experiences of others, viewing people as mere objects to be used for their own gain. This emotional blindness allows them to manipulate, exploit and deceive with chilling effectiveness. They can cause immense harm without a second thought, often leaving a trail of shattered lives in their wake. Viewing people as pawns in their own self-serving games, they strategize and plan their moves with precision. Their actions are often premeditated and goal-oriented, devoid of the impulsive chaos that often characterizes sociopathic behavior. This calculated detachment, devoid of empathy or remorse, lies at the heart of the psychopathic mind. They possess a keen intellect and an uncanny ability to read and exploit the vulnerabilities of others. Their superficial charm, glibness and grandiose sense of self-worth often mask their true nature. They can be incredibly persuasive, using their charm to manipulate those around them. Psychopaths are often characterized by their superficial charm, glibness, and grandiose sense of self-worth. They can be incredibly persuasive, using their charm to manipulate those around them. They possess a keen intellect and an uncanny ability to read and exploit the vulnerabilities of others. Their actions are often premeditated and goal-oriented, devoid of the impulsive chaos that often characterizes sociopathic behavior. Their actions are often premeditated and goal-oriented, devoid of the impulsive chaos that often characterizes sociopathic behavior. Imagine a predator stalking its prey, carefully observing, strategizing, and waiting for the opportune moment to strike. Imagine a predator stalking its prey, carefully observing, strategizing, and waiting for the opportune moment to strike. This calculated detachment, devoid of empathy or remorse, lies at the heart of the psychopathic mind. Imagine a predator stalking its prey, carefully observing, strategizing, and waiting for the opportune moment to strike. Carefully observing, strategizing, and waiting for the opportune moment to strike. This calculated detachment, devoid of empathy or remorse, lies at the heart of the psychopathic mind. Section 4. The Sociopathic Blueprint, a Product of Disorder. In contrast to the chillingly detached psychopath, the sociopath emerges from a background of profound disorder. Their personality a patchwork of instability, impulsivity, and a hair-trigger temper. Their lives often resemble a runaway train careening from one chaotic episode to the next. While they may possess a superficial charm, it often wears thin, revealing a volatile undercurrent of aggression and a deep-seated resentment towards authority. Their relationships are tumultuous and short-lived, marked by a pattern of idealization, devaluation, and discard. Sociopaths often struggle to hold down jobs or conform to societal expectations. Their impulsive nature and lack of foresight lead them down a path of self-destruction, often culminating in substance abuse, criminal behavior, and a profound disregard for the consequences of their actions. Imagine a powder keg primed for detonation at the slightest provocation. This volatility, fueled by a lifetime of unmet needs and simmering resentment, defines the sociopathic experience. Section 5. When worlds collide, shared traits and behaviors. Despite their divergent origins, psychopathy and sociopathy converge on a shared spectrum of antisocial behavior. Both disorders manifest in a callous disregard for the rights and feelings of others, a willingness to exploit and manipulate, and a chilling absence of remorse or guilt. Both psychopaths and sociopaths are skilled liars, adept at crafting narratives that serve their own self-interest. They possess a chameleon-like ability to blend in, mimicking social cues and emotional responses to disarm and disarm their victims. Their actions often leave a trail of devastation in their wake, from broken hearts and shattered families to financial ruin and even physical harm. They are masters of deception, leaving those around them questioning their own sanity and judgment. Imagine a wolf in sheep's clothing, its true nature concealed beneath a veneer of normalcy. This ability to mimic and deceive, to blend in and exploit, represents a dangerous overlap between these two distinct disorders.